How could one trailer cause my favorite YouTubers and podcasters to go hysterical? I'm talking about the Odyssey. The Odyssey is a book that was written 700 years before Christ. It's written in 24 different parts. When I say written, that's a little bit of a misnomer because Homer, the person that compiled it, was blind. He didn't actually sit down and write it all. These were tales sung by many people at that time. Greek people. This was in front of a Greek audience. So when they had festivals and also religious festivals, people will recite the poems because that's what they were. They were poems. And it was such a part of the Greek people that they eventually started writing it down so that these things would not be lost over time. And this has become a staple for the Western world. He also made the Iliad, which was an incredible story. And the best way that I could think of the Iliad is Brad Pitt. Whenever I think of that, I think of Brad Pitt because he was in the movie Troy. Remember this movie a while back? And he played a warrior by the name of Achilles. And the whole idea of the Iliad, or one of the ideas, is that there was a beautiful lady by the name of Helen of Troy. They said that she was the most beautiful woman, not just in Greece, but the entire world. And she wasn't just a regular human being. In fact, Helen of Troy, was sort of like the daughter of Zeus, because Zeus disguised himself as a human, fell in love with an earthling, and then thus Helen of Troy came about. So at that time in the Iliad, they wanted to free her because she was captured. And so you had Odysseus, you had Achilles, and other warriors that were doing their very best to free her. And you heard of the Trojan horse, right? Well, that Trojan horse, that whole idea came about because beautiful Helen of Troy was kidnapped. And they wanted to storm the castle. And so they said, okay, we're going to present this town, this city, an incredible gift, this wooden horse. And so they rolled it in, and people were so enthusiastic about this gift. But hiding in the crevices was hundreds of soldiers. But I'm not going to tell you the whole story. You could watch Troy, or you could read the Iliad. And so that's how it all came about. Years afterwards, when they were going back to Ithacus, the main character of this book, he was also in the Iliad, he longed for home because it's been so many years. Like, I think they said over 10 years. And so he was on the boat, he faced monsters, he faced a whole bunch of things that happened to him along the way. And you know the word Odyssey? That's a part of our English language. That just simply means an adventure with twists and turns and perils along the way. So this whole Greek poem became so embedded in our English language. I'm even thinking of 2001 Space Odyssey. Well, there we go. There's the word Odyssey. What has people up in arms about this telling of the story? Well, for one thing, Christopher Nolan and the rest of the people that were behind this, they took certain liberties. They didn't want to make this into a book that stays true, I guess, to the original Greek audience. So they changed things up. And just before I continue, I'm somewhat of a purist. I don't like when movies change things up. I don't. I like the original. I enjoy the original telling of a story. But this story is not like the book that I'm reading right now. For one thing, the beautiful Helen of Troy, originally the idea was for a Greek woman. But Christopher Nolan changed that, and now you have Lupita playing the role as the most beautiful woman on earth. And now people are beside themselves. People are saying, what are you doing? How come you have this African woman playing the part of a Greek beauty queen? And then you have this guy right over here. Well, I know that's Brad Pitt, but Brad Pitt, he played Achilles, the fierce warrior. Now, this person right over here, she's playing the fierce warrior. And people they're trying to find their tomatoes and they want to throw it at the screen and they just want to say, what is going on? How could you have a woman playing the role of a male warrior? That's the purist talking. I was a part of them. I was on their side until recently. Until I started reading this book. People that have a problem with it, they don't even have a copy of this book in their possession. No, they don't. But they're ranting and raving online. They're saying that this is the worst possible thing that could ever happen. Is it really? Now, I'm a bit of a purist, as I said, but only when it comes to certain things. If there is a movie such as Saving Private Ryan, great movie, and other movies like that are based on historical events, based on true stories, stretch our reality too much. It's grounded in something. It's grounded in something real. But this is not grounded in something real. It's mythology. It's sort of like Lord of the Rings by Tolkien. That's what it's like. Now, in this, you have, I'm just going to run down a couple of things that it has. So it has a creature by the name of Polyphemus. This is a cyclopes. It's a lawless one-eyed giant who traps Odysseus and his men in a cave. He eats several crew members before Odysseus cleverly blinds him to escape. And then also you have the beautiful sirens. These are mythical creatures with enchanting voices. They lure passing sailors to their deaths, especially men, because men are always attracted to women with gorgeous voices. And that's what the sirens had. They had the most amazing voices. And so the sailors were listening to their voices rather than looking at the rocks and at all the dangers along the way. And also you have Scylla, a terrifying immortal monster with 6 long necks and sharp teeth. She lives in a cliffside cave and snatches away sailors off the ship as they pass by. You also have Charybdis, is a monstrous beast residing under the sea that creates a giant lethal whirlpool. Now check this out. It swallows huge amounts of water and spits it out around 3 times a day. You also have Circe, a powerful witch goddess who drugs Odysseus' crew and uses magic wand to transform them into literal pigs. And also there is something else called the Lotus Eaters. The Lotus Eaters, they're a gentle but hazardous group of islanders who feed visitors a sweet local plant. Eating it acts like a drug, making the sailors instantly forget their families and they have a loss of desire to go home. You also have Les Etrogonias, a tribe of powerful giant cannibals. They attack Odysseus' fleet by throwing massive boulders from cliffs, smashing 11 of his 12 ships. So, as you can see, these are just some of the monsters in this book. It's like watching Lord of the Rings. You have to suspend your disbelief. But it's okay. If the story is good, you don't mind suspending your disbelief. Same thing with this. So I'm not caught up on the fact that there's gender swaps and, I guess, racial swaps to the story. Because you have to buy into the fact that there's a cyclops. You have to buy in that there's beautiful sirens capturing men and leading them to their death. If you could buy into that, then it's okay to say this African woman could be the most beautiful woman in the entire world, or this lady right over here could be a very fierce male soldier. That's okay. Let's calm down. Let's watch the movie. Some people are so against this that they don't want to have anything to do with this. I mean, come on. Look at who's starring in this movie. You have Matt Damon. He's the main star. I told you about Lupita. You have Tom Holland. Yeah, our spider guy. He's in this movie. You have Zendaya. She's in it. And a whole bunch of other people as well. Some people are opposed to that idea, especially for a character like Matt Damon, because they say that Matt is an American and he has an American accent in the movie, and most of the characters are American. I know that Tom Holland is not American, but most of the characters are American, and they're rather all Greek characters. How could that be the case? So they want Christopher Nolan to say, I don't want to have any Americans in this movie. It has to be authentic. We have to have Mediterranean looking, or we have to go to Greece and get all Greek actors and actresses to play in this role, because of course this book is about a Greek audience. And then that way it would be authentic. I mean, really? This is a book of fiction. It's not real. I grant you, if it was based off of a real historical events, then be as authentic as possible. And also the thing is, if you were to have these unknown actors in this movie, who will watch these movies? A lot of people are like my beautiful wife. My wife, she is all about who is in the movie. If there's a Tom Hanks or Denzel Washington or Zendaya or whoever is in the movie that she's familiar with, she will watch. But if it was all unknown actors, I don't think she will go all the way to the theater to watch. I would, but most people would not. So Christopher Nolan, he said, I want to make sure that I have people that are willing to part with their money to see this film. So I don't blame him. Authenticity is fine, but you want to make a movie that people would like to see. So why not have these big time actors in the movie? I'm not opposed to that at all. So yeah, I was on the side of the people that are throwing stones. I was one of them that was throwing stones just last week, but I had to rethink, and I'm glad that I did. Now, some people will say, well, say for instance, York, you have an African story, and that's based off of this African princess. And they're going to make it into a movie, but instead of this beautiful African princess, it's going to star, let's say, for instance, Scarlett Johansson. So there you go. Would you be up in arms? I wouldn't want that to happen. That would be kind of weird. I'll say, well, it's a fictional story. Yeah. if this African princess was real, then I would like there to be a true representation. But she's not real. There's no such character. And then somebody could say, well, what about Black Panther? Now, would you want our beloved Black Panther to be portrayed by, say, for instance, this guy right over here? I would say that would be weird, but is Black Panther real? No. He's a comic book hero. It's okay. Now, a lot of you may be very upset with me. And in fact, just last week, I had a different opinion. So leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about this movie coming out. Let me know what you think about swapping out, gender swapping and race swapping and all of that. I'd like to hear from you. Also, check out my podcast, Welcome to Earth Stories. It's a sci-fi original with voices from all around the world. We have a new season coming out, and I don't want you to miss it. But you can't watch it. This is all audio. So you have to have your headphones on in a quiet place, curled up at the fire, and listen to Welcome to Earth Stories. This is York. You take care.